Yeah. Collections with the help of integers we have discussed in the last class. Collections with the integers. But here it is now. Now, what we are working with collections with the objects. How can we? Suppose in this class, I'm taking one list. I'm taking list. But what we are storing inside the list is important. Employee class object I'm taking. List is equal to new list of employee. What we are storing is employee object. Sir, where is the employee? Where is the employee? Generate the type employee class. Simply we are writing like this. Look at this. Another class is created is employee class type. Because I already told you that in the last class only. In the last class, I already told you collection is not responsible for storing the small integer values. Collection is nothing but is responsible for storing the objects. List of employee objects. List of employee objects. It is responsible for storing. List of employees. Okay. See, here is automatically generating some data. Public int id, getters and setters. Public string name. See, it is writing directly. This is the simple way of generating. Just ID name. Next one is a salary I'm taking. Double salary I'm taking. Get and set. Not only this, one parameterized constructor also I'm taking. One parameterized constructor. See, normally we write getters and setters or getters and setters later. Initially, if you are getting confusing, this thing I'll explain later. First, directly variables, ID, name. Next one is a salary. I'm taking, see, it is writing constructor automatically. See, it is showing like this. If you wait for some time, it will write the code automatically. But the same thing, suppose if you can add directly to ID, sir, if I write ID name like this, then it will get the confusion. No? Same letters means what is giving the error. Then how it will generate this dot ID equal to ID. Now look at this. It is writing the code automatically. You know all these things, but I'm explaining with the IDE. From the day one, suppose if I explain with the IDE, you will not understand all these things. That's why I didn't use this one. Now I'm using this one. Okay. Next one is a one details method I'm writing. Just public void details method. And this details method is responsible for displaying the data. Console dot write line, all values we are printing. ID. Next, this comma separator. Comma. Name. Comma separator. Salary. Look at this remaining it has written. See. First, what we are doing, We are taking one employee class. In this employee class, three instance variables I have created, one parameterized constructor, and one details method I have defined. Now to this list we are adding list dot add. What you are adding? Employee object, new employee, employee ID, employee name, and employee salary. I'm passing employee salary. Now in the same way, list dot add. See, creating object of employee class. Look at this and passing directly. Employee ID, employee name, employee salary. List dot add new employee ID, employee name, employee salary. Like this, we are passing three objects. What is this meaning? Let me explain diagrammatically. Into the list, suppose list is ready. First, we are creating object by calling the parameterized constructor. So object will be created at some location, address, and the values will store inside. Values will store inside, and that address will be added to the list. In the last class, I just added integers. Now I am not adding integers. Complete object we are adding by passing that 5248 address. In the same way, second object. In the same way, third object. But you keep in mind, you are storing address, not the data. Object address you are storing. Now, once it is ready, I'm just displaying the details. I'm just displaying the details. How can we display the details? How can we display the details? Just console dot write line. Details are employee. Details are for each loop we are writing. For each. See, it is showing now clearly. Each employee in the list it is taking. Each employee. See, list is there. In this list, each employee object will come and store this one. But see, directly if you write this employee, what will happen? If you write this employee, what will happen? Addresses. 4 addresses will print. What will print? 4 addresses will print. Wait, it is taking time. Let's start. See, collections practice dot employee, collections practice dot employee, collections practice dot employee. Because 3 employee objects, na? That classes it is showing. EMP is an employee object. I don't need object. I need the data. So you have to call this details method. So how to call? EMP dot. See, it is showing that details method. Details method. Now if you run the code. Now if you run the code, is the way. Objects. List of employee objects. A very, very important concept. But of course, here directly we are creating. Sir, now is another way of creating. First, sir, I'm taking arrays. 3 arrays I'm taking. 3 arrays. Int. One is IDs. 101, 102, 103. Three IDs. Next one is a names. Names. The three names. Three names. Here it is. Nothing but I just want to collect the input from the salaries from the arrays. From the arrays is a 50,000, is a 60,000, and is a 70,000. Three arrays already we prepared. Now what we are doing, I am adding by collecting the input from the list. Input from the list. For loop I am taking. For int I equals to 0, I is less than IDs dot length I plus plus. What we are doing, list dot add new employee of IDs of I, comma names of I, comma salaries of I. Sir, what is this? Now look at this. First, what is the I value? 0. Let me explain clearly. First, I value is a 0. So, with the help of 0th location values, IDs of 0, names of 0, next one is a salaries of 0. With these values, one object will be created and that will be added to the list. Next loop will repeat. I value become 1. I value become 1. IDs of 1, names of 1, salaries of 1. Is a second object will be created. Next one, IDs of 2, names of 2, salaries of 2, third object will be created. Sir, why you have taken here IDs of length? Of course, you can take anything because all the three are same. Na? Any one length you can take, any one length. So normally I have taken IDs length I have taken. So output is the same output will come. If you take one more is extra, is a one more if you take extra, then now 4 objects will be created automatically. Then output is a 4 values will display. All the 4 values will display. Look at this. This one. First one, directly individual objects we are creating and individually we are adding all these things. Next, in this one what we did, here it is, we are collecting the input from what? We are collecting the input from what? Yes, from the arrays. Next, now, sir, I don't want to collect the input using the arrays. Sir, I want to read the input. Okay, then we ask console.writeLine, enter 3 employee details. Outside, I'm asking this one. So 3 times you have to repeat 0 to 3 or 1 to 3, your wish. Okay, from 1 to 3, no problem. 3 times I'm repeating the loop. Now we are reading. Enter employee 1 details. So console.writeLine, enter employee 1. Employee 1 means what? Here it is employee plus I details. Is a simple way. Using the dollar, you can display, no problem. You know already concatenation, that's why. So first I value 1. So it will ask enter employee 1 details. Now we are collecting the details. Employee ID. How to read? Convert dot 2 int 32 of console dot read line. Next one, string name equal to console dot read line. Next one, double salary equal to. See, it will write everything automatically. See, happily it will write. Yes, we have read ID, we have read name, we have read salary. Now create the object and passing those details. ID, name, salary. Once it is added, just given the message is console.writeLine employee added to list. See what we did? This loop repeats how many times? 3 times it will repeat. Because I want to read 3 employee details. First, this message will display. Let me explain. Let me explain with the code. Code execution process. You will get more clarity on this. Here, see first it is asking this message. Enter 3 employee details. Next it will come inside I value 1. So enter employee 1 details. I'm giving that employee 1 details. Next loop will repeat. Employee add to list. Added actually. Next enter employee 2 details. So 1 not 2. Like this we provided. Enter employee 3 details. Employee 3 details. Simple. So we have read the input using the for loop. Sir, when we can use for loop? Exactly when we know how many number of employees we need to add to the list. Exactly how many employees I want to add to the list, then we are using this one. Got it? Sir, I don't know, sir. And the list is also dynamic, you told. So I keep on adding until I want to quit. Already we know that. When we know the range, for loop. When we don't know the range, while loop. While true. Condition is true. So enter employee details. Same story. Reading the employee details. Creating the object. And here it is employee added to the list. Sir, why it is not showing like this means it is infinite loop. Infinite loop means what? It is unreachable statement. See, look at that. It is showing how clearly it is showing unreachable code detected because it is infinite times iteration. Is keep on taking the input and adding. So we need to stop. How? We ask console.readLine of 0. So what is this meaning? What is this meaning? I want to read the character. How? Console.writeLine. Do you want to add another record? Just say yes or no. Just say yes or no. That character we are reading. Once you read that character, if the character equals to no, I want to break. This model already we have seen in while loop concept. Here once again I'm using. That's it, simple thing that you know already. Yes or no? So what will happen now? Again, let me execute. I'll show that with this one. Enter employee details. Enter employee details. Is asking employee ID, employee name, employee salary. Employee ID, employee name, employee salary. Next, look at this. Employee added to list. Do you want to add another record? Yes. Why I am giving? Why? See, y equal to n condition false. Break statement will not execute. So once again, that loop will repeat. Once again, that loop will repeat. So again, it is asking 102 B and like this. Do you want to add another record? Yes, I want to add 103, 103. So do you want to add another record? No, I don't want to add. See, when you give no, that n is equal to n condition true, break statement execute. Then break. Look at this. All the statements got deleted. All the statements got deleted. See the simple way, right? In 4 ways I have explained today how to add employee objects to the list. How to add employee objects to the list. You should be good at all these things. I'll upload the video. Okay. And I'll share the document too. So you please practice all these things for today. Okay. You can leave.